let's go to somebody you've known well, somebody who's also a drug smuggler, is Barry Seal. Who is Barry Seal? How did you meet him?
Barry Seal is a friend of mine. Mari and I and the children went down in Honduras, and we went up Lake Azul, I believe it was, and we was looking at a ranch to buy. I was looking for something in Central America where I'd have a halfway place. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was lovely. We stayed up there for some days, and our clothes got muddy, and we went in the river and all kind of thing. So we got to San Pedro Sula, and we was going back to New Orleans. So we went to the cleaners to get our clothes, and most all of them was in there. And the guy, oh, senor, they'll be ready tomorrow morning. We're not ready now. Well, the plane leaves at 9 o'clock or whatever. So I told Mari for her and the children to go into the airport because it'd be easier for one just on a standby flight. So I went to the laundromat for the clothes, and they were ready, and there was a pile of them. And I put them on my back and got in a taxi, and the old taxi was driving with it, and I'd give him $100 to go faster, and he just blew his horn more rapid. So finally, we got to the airport, and I jumped out and ran around on the tarmac, and here's a brand new 727 taxiing out.
Wow.
Oh, no. So I'm waving to the pilot, and he's a young fella. He waves back. Then I see Mari's face in the cockpit, and the nose goes down where he puts on brakes, and he laughs, and he puts some stairwell out. And I run for the stairwell, and he pulls it back up and goes like a hitchhiker, going to pick you up and go again. Then he put it out, and I got on, and the whole crowd clapped, and I'm coming on with that load of clothes. So I go way down in the middle, and the plane's full, and Miriam, my daughter, was about 9 years old then. And she was sitting in the middle, and by the window was Barry Seal. Of course, I didn't know it. And I sat in the middle, and we took off, and the wheels come up with clunk. And then I got up about 5,000 feet, and we had a little clunk. And she said, "What was that, Daddy?" And I said, "He just turned on his autopilot." And that fella reached over, and I looked at him. I said, "He looks like CIA or FBI, something. He ain't supposed to be here." Yeah. Clear blue eyes, gentleman-looking man. He said, "You fly these things?" I said, "I got a few hours, mister." He said, I fly them too or something other. And he said, "My name's Barry Seal." And he reached over Miriam and shook hands. And we got to talking. And I thought, there's no choice of seats on this. It's just open seating. But I don't believe him one bit. And he started talking about he just got out of jail that morning. Just got out of prison. And I said, uh-huh. And he told me that he'd been a pilot with TWA and this and other, and told me what he was for. And so we had a nice conversation for a couple hours to New Orleans. I didn't believe him.
Yeah.
So he got off in front of us, and what a crowd of people were to meet him. An old mother and a wife and little children hanging on to him, crying and hugging and kissing him. I said, he was telling the truth. So I reached over and gave him a little piece of paper. I had Mari to write it out with our address. I said, "Barry, I might have some work for you."
What was he in jail for?
He got caught with 100 kilos of cocaine in a small plane. And so he served a year.
And that was from Colombia?
I don't know where it come from. He got caught in Honduras, probably refueling. But he'd been in prison down there before for bringing explosives to the Cuban Contras. And he lost his job with the airlines. And then later on, I found out he was ex-CIA and George Bush Sr.'s protege, and had 1,000 parachute jumps, and was there. He was a hot shot pilot.